Thanks for joining us on Valley News Live. At First Alert Weather Days for Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to start with the highlights there. And there's an increased risk for some areas getting some at least ground blizzard conditions, if not all out blizzard conditions, particularly as we go into the late hours of Tuesday and overnight into Wednesday. Tuesday in the afternoon hours, a wintry mix develops. Some could see some ice accumulation briefly. Then on top of it, we'll put some snow. You may want to be at your destination by your Valentine's night at 10 o'clock because areas that get the increasing wind and snow falling at the same time will produce some very difficult travel conditions. The wind continues throughout most of the day on Wednesday. Here's where the highlighted areas of the best risk, or greatest risk, I should say, of blizzard conditions. Up to 70% chance of blizzard conditions, at least at times, in the areas that you see in red. That means wind combined with reduced visibility, blowing snow and or falling snow taking place. A lower amount as you see in the other circle surrounding it, but upwards of 40%. Here's what you need to know. By the Tuesday afternoon hours, we'll get that mix. It's going to change over to some ice and snow as we go through the late hours of the day. Overnight is when we'll see most of the accumulation and the nastiest of the winds take place overnight as well. But we will have persistent winds that will be very gusty, blowing around the new fallen snow. And areas that get the fresh snow will have the prolonged impacts into your Wednesday. So for tonight, very quiet. We start out your day tomorrow, very quiet, south winds and cloudy skies. Heading out for your date night as you go through the afternoon and evening hours, we're going to be back in the 30s. This is the afternoon. Rain east. Some areas of mixed precipitation, that's in pink. That's where we could see some light icing taking place and all out snow taking place in the blue bands that you see setting up here. So afternoon development of light precipitation, a little bit heavier in the rainy areas off to the east. Here's what happens. Starts cooling down and we'll see more widespread snow and an area of icing taking place as we go through the afternoon drive time and into your evening. So our southern and eastern counties will have the greatest risk of seeing that. Now, again, this model showing not much in the way of precipitation in Fargo. Many models show that we will see some here. So we're going to still defer to the fact that we've got to wait for this storm to develop a little bit more. There is going to be a slight shift in our track here. But that said, look at the wind arrows gusting out of the north. By tomorrow night at about 6 to 7, we have snow with increasing wind. By 10 o'clock, travel conditions, not only with accumulated snow, but the wind, blowing snow, reduced visibility, icy travel will be greatest impacting the Southern Valley, southeast North Dakota, into Lakes Country as we go through the late night hours. We will see some light snow up north. There will be some impacts there as well, just a little bit less. Now, heading into your Wednesday morning, notice this, the snowfall gone, but the wind continues. So there'll be blowing and drifting snow and nasty cold and wind chills throughout your Wednesday from morning all the way through the midday hours. Then in the afternoon, the wind finally subsides from northwest to southeast as the cold Arctic air moves in. Our coldest day will be on Thursday. As we take a look at your forecast for snowfall amounts, wide ranges right now because that track can change. Trace to 4 inches of Fargo. As we look into Lakes Country, though, southeast North Dakota into Lakes Country and up here into northern Minnesota, some of you could see 6 or more inches of snow in that heavier band. So right now we're enjoying quiet conditions. 35 Fargo, 36 in Moorhead. How about Waskish? 46 degrees there. A few clouds along the international border, but your planner for tomorrow shows cool to start, warming nicely, some mixed precipitation as we go through the late afternoon and early evening hours with little accumulation until about 8 to 10 o'clock. Then it starts to build up. As we take a look at your hometown forecast, most of us make it to near 30 to 35, and then look at that. Wow. Dropping like a 2-ton heavy thing, 6 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, gusty wind, and still some tricky travel on your midweek day. Thursday, the coldest of the period, and then we get things improving heading into the weekend. Once again, third straight weekend of some 30s in your forecast.
Hey, good news there.
Indeed.
All right. We'll look forward to that. Thanks, Hutch. Coming up, how a group of Minnesota friends have kept their Super Bowl tradition alive.